I'm gonna shoot a quick video in case you guys are ever in a similar situation on these Valors or maybe any other RV that uses hydraulic slides, because I just learned how to do this. We got everything in, thought we were good to go, we're gonna leave, get this back to the shop, and I went to hook up the truck and noticed I had no power to the jacks. I had all the jacks down and I couldn't raise the coach up to get the truck under it. So you notice my rear jacks are now retracted because Alliance, definitely to their credit, had a tech on the phone with me right away, literally within minutes, walking me step by step through how to manually bypass the jacks. Because if you see going here, I've got no power at all, no power. So let me just show you how to do that in case you're ever in a similar situation, you can't get your jacks up. So what you do is you take an Allen key here, I believe it's a 5/32 key, and under here you'll notice there's a purple wire and a blue wire. One of them says roadside rear side, or roadside rear side, and the other one, blue one, says curbside rear side. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take, where'd that Allen wrench go? You're gonna take that Allen wrench and you're gonna open these valves about 3 full turns each one. And you're gonna, to open them, you go clockwise. You turn it clockwise. You're gonna open these valves. Then what you're gonna do, and this is for the rear, middle and rear slides, okay? Then you've got your hydraulic tank here. You got the motor on top. On top of this motor up here in a spot that's difficult to get to, you have a 1/4 inch hex key that looks like this. You won't be able to see it on here, but it's a 1/4 inch hex key. It goes in the top. There's a hand crank here for the motor. Okay, what I did, obviously you're not gonna be able to get a drill up on here, so I had this little snake attachment here that I used, and it worked pretty good. Okay, you get your drill up there, and what I found is, let's see, turning it clockwise will raise the jacks up. Turning it clockwise raises the jacks up. I was able to get my 4 rear jacks. I haven't done my front yet. I'm gonna need to raise my front a little bit to get the truck hooked up. And then once I get the truck hooked up, then I'll have to come back here, reverse and reverse the procedure and drop it. But now that I have my rear jacks hooked up, or my rear jacks up, what I need to do is go back to these valves and close these valves by turning them counterclockwise. The tech at Lippert Tech told me, don't crank down on these, just turn them until they're hand tight, and that will be good. So counterclockwise, turn them. That's clockwise. No, that's counterclockwise, right? I'm looking upside down. Yeah. So until they're, he said, hand tight, don't crank on them. And then that should be good on the rear jacks. And then I'll show you, well, so this video, let me show it now. So I'll go back and tighten those in a second, but let me show you the front jacks because I wasn't understanding. So the landing gear now is separate. Those are only for the rear. And you also notice if you're doing it right too, because you'll see as you're raising the gear, it's subtle, it takes a while, but the fluid, when I started, my fluid level was down here. And as I raised the gears, as I raised the jacks up, the fluid level rose, okay? So it went that much on those back 4 jacks. So if you're in here cranking on it, you kind of keep an eye on this level. If the level's coming up, you're doing it right. Okay, so the front landing gear, it's gonna be harder to get to, but it's back there. So I'll probably lay down on the ground. I don't have long enough arms. That one's gonna be more of a pain in the butt. You gotta reach back there. You open up that valve with your hex key, I think. I haven't actually done it yet, but I'm pretty sure that's right. And it's only on the solenoid or whatever is only on one landing gear. It's not on the other one. This one happens to be on the driver's side, if they all are. So same thing, you open that up a couple of turns, and then you come in here, use the drill, and then I probably would need to go counterclockwise on that motor to raise the gear a few inches, get the truck under it, and then unfortunately I'll have to squeeze kind of back through here once my truck's hooked up. So I want to do that absolute last once I'm done with pretty much everything else. But if you're going to do this, remember, don't forget you have to raise the rear gear first before you start cranking up on the front. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful, and hopefully I get it all figured out and am able to get on the road. That's all for now.